wrestling fans, welcome to Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. Right here at Gary Hart. Gary, what about this controversy that continues to build? You took the film of the match between Kabuki and Jimmy Valiant.
Just a minute. Once again, see, you are making a false statement. You are accusing me of doing something that I did not do.
Gary, many people that I know, that I've known for a long time, that I respect very much, have told me this. They saw it, and they say it is absolute fact.
Well, would you like my side of this whole affair?
Exactly, and that's why you're here, Gary. Give us your side.
I think everyone should understand exactly what took place. The night of August the 21st in the Greensboro Coliseum, Jimmy Boogie Woogie Boy Valiant and the Great Kabuki. Loser must leave the Mid-Atlantic and the worldwide area for 90 days. Now, there are allegations that the Boogie Woogie Boy won the match. They say that there was a tape that would have proved this. Then they say that Gary Hart, along with Jack and Gerald Briscoe, world's champion in their own right, tag team champions, world's champions, and I got together and went up on this stage where the camera crew was working, walked over, picked up a tape, and walked away with it. If it had happened, ladies and gentlemen, and Bob Caudle, I would not be standing here today, because no one can get by with nothing like that in professional wrestling. It is just a lot of gaga that they are throwing up. And everyone, I want you to know one thing. You know this already, but the people out there don't. Next week, Bob Geigel, president of the National Wrestling Alliance, is going to be here on Mid-Atlantic and Worldwide Wrestling to show everyone that nothing like this is going to happen in the Mid-Atlantic area.
You hope that's what it's going to prove.
Let me just say what is going to happen. Now, you have your belief. I know what's going to happen. Next week, Bob Geigel will come here and rule for me that none other than Charlie Brown, imitation name for the Boogie Woogie Boy, will have to leave this area for 1 year, not the original 90 days. But that means everywhere in the NWA, Charlie Brown won't be doing no wrestling, Jimmy Valiant won't be doing no wrestling, and next week, right here, Bob Caudle, believe it or not, with all your stories, he will be gone.
All right, Gary, we're going to see. He's going to be here, and we'll see just how he rules.
See how Bob Geigel rules. He's going to rule in my favor because the evidence is on my side. Yours is hearsay, brother, gossip and gaga. Nobody going to slick me.
All right, Gary Hart fans, and by the way, Harley Race, the world champ, is going to be going in a match against the challenger Ric Flair a little later. Harley is supposed to be here right now for an interview. He has not shown up. He's refused to come out, so we've taken a camera to the dressing room. Right now, let's go to the dressing room. Come on in, Harley.
Get on out of here with that camera, Crockett. I told you I've got to come down here to wrestle the guy, but I don't have to come out here and talk to you or talk to anyone else.
Get out of here.
Get on out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Get out of here.
You don't want
Go on out of here.
Get on out.
Get out of here.
Get on
All right,
out of here.
Harley Race refusing to talk, refusing to be interviewed, fans. We'll see that match a little later, and we'll be back. We'll have action with Charlie Brown and Bill Howard right after this message. All right, fans, and in the ring, there's Bill Howard in the corner, and we're waiting now for Charlie Brown to enter the ring. Now with both men back into the ring, a hard right hand, and Howard again back to the corner. And Charlie Brown going at Bill Howard like he intends to really make quick work of him. Down he goes from a hard right hand. All right, now Charlie Brown, another hard right from this one from Bill Howard, and it looked like he may have had his vision blinded by that mask. Off of the ropes with a hard forearm. Howard down to the mat again. Fans, let me remind you, a little later in the program, he's got him in the sleeper. Charlie Brown with a sleeper on Bill Howard. Don't forget that World Championship match. Evidently the bounty, the $25,000 bounty that Harley Race put up for Ric Flair did not work, and Flair is going to have his match, probably his last chance at the World Championship, right here a little later in our program. With a sleeper, Charlie Brown is going to put Bill Howard out. All right, fans, the bell. Action right here. Bob Orton Jr. Terrible Link. And Link goes charging at Orton before he even gets out of the corner. Orton came over to hand his jacket and his hat through the ropes out of the corner. Link now in the corner biting on the nose and the face of Orton. And he is a big one. Terrible Link, a huge, big individual. And if Orton ever gets him off of his feet, and down he goes. I was going to say it's going to be interesting to see now if he gets up or if we got to get a crane to help him back on his feet. He's a big man. Orton has him down on his knees now, just driving those right hands right into the side of the jaw. And off of the rope with the elbow to the top of the head goes Bob Orton Jr. And again, terrible Link on the mat. Over the ropes, and Orton with a drop, kicking it down. He goes down again. Oh, Orton, yeah, Orton is going to try to, Orton does it. Orton picked him up and slammed him. Now here's Orton on the ropes, but trying to get into position, and he's going to come right off with that right hand right under the jaw. He's got him covered with a press, and he's going to pin him. Unbelievable that he was able to slam the big man, and Orton picked him right up and slammed him hard down to the mat. Then when he came off of the ropes with that right to finish him off, there was no way he was going to get up. And right here, fans, you see it in slow motion. And remember, this is the match that you're going to be seeing right here in the program. All right, fans, and right here, Rufus R. Freight Train Jones, Wahoo McDaniel. Rufus?
You know something, it's good to have my old buddy back again here. Wahoo, I was a world champion for quite a while. He's been going for quite a while. But I tell you one thing, baby, it's sure good to have him back here. You know, I'm the Mid-Atlantic champion now.
I was going to say, let's don't forget that, Rufus.
Hey, baby, I never do, because Rufus Jones loves his belt. I never forget about it. But my good friend Wahoo, baby, good to see him back again. Wahoo.
Well, Bob, you know, I've been traveling all over. I've been up in the AWA. I've been to Japan a couple of times. And, you know, it's good to be back here. You know, there's a lot of things happening here. A lot of my friends have been calling, need a little help. And believe me, all they got to do is pick up a quarter and send them back. And I guarantee you one thing, I'm here to help anybody. And I got a lot of friends here, and I'm going to be around here for a long time.
I tell you, as you say, Rufus, it's good to see Wahoo back. And I know
it's Bob.
I'm telling you, too,
it's always a pleasure to have a man back. Well, we've been tag team partners several times before, and I think the man's a great tag team partner, you know. And since I got this Mid-Atlantic belt here, I got guys like Paul Jones, Jake the State Robber, Dory Funk Jr., but with my man Wahoo, baby, I ain't got no problem at all, because, woo, with him, baby, we get down. There ain't no question about it.
Wahoo,
right on, baby.
Wahoo, I know you know. He's talking about some of the guys around, but I tell you, it's been a few months since you've been here, Wahoo, and I tell you, it has really begun to get really tough.
Well, you know, Bob, I can see that they probably got some of the finest talent in the world here right now. You know, I've been around, and I know most of these guys, and I can't say that I've ever seen a better bunch of wrestlers in the world at one time. I know everybody says that, but they do have the finest, both sides now. I'm not just saying on our side, but I guarantee you they've got the best talent that I've ever seen. Rufus got his belt. I know he's happy. I came here, I'm looking. There seems to be a few guys that want a piece of me, Slater and some of the Briscoes. I'm a little ashamed of them. You know, we're from the same tribe. They seem to kind of switched around since I was here last time.
I was going to say, you guys were friends when you left, weren't you, Wahoo?
Well, I guarantee you one thing, when we get back, I'm not friends. And I want to tell you one thing, Briscoes. You're not too old to learn. And I tell you, you're embarrassing me, you're embarrassing the Indians. And we'll straighten all that out, you can believe that. And like I said before, greatest bunch of talent I've ever seen, and I'm looking forward to the action.
Hey, let's don't forget the U.S. heavyweight champion, Wahoo. You've held that belt many times before, and I tell you, there's a rough one got it right now.
That's right. Valentine broke my leg. He's still bragging about it, but it'll come back.
All right, fans, and that's it. Tag team action right here, fans. Wahoo McDaniel, Rufus R., Freight Train Jones. That's the team in one corner. Bill White and Ben Alexander, their opponents. And it's Ben Alexander now and Rufus R. Freight Train Jones as the match gets underway. And it's great to see Wahoo back again. Wahoo has been gone for some time, and also to see him team with a man like Rufus right here. They have wrestled together many times in the past. They've been an outstanding combination, as well as individual wrestlers. Of course, Rufus right now, the Mid-Atlantic heavyweight champion. And of course, Wahoo McDaniel, who has held a number of championships in the past. And it's great now to have Wahoo back on Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. By the way, I know all of you fans, and I hope all of you were able to see the beginning of the program where Harley Race would not come out, he would not talk, he would not be interviewed. And then with a camera in the dressing room, he refused to talk there. And of course, I think he is really steamed up to the fact that his $25,000 bounty on Ric Flair did not work. Nobody was able to collect it, and Ric Flair has got it right here, coming up a little later. His shot again at Harley Race and the World's Heavyweight Championship. And also at the beginning of the program, you saw just how upset Gary Hart is about Charlie Brown. Hart, who says, of course, that Charlie Brown is Jimmy Valiant and that he ought to be out of the area. Well, next week,
Watch him!
Bob Geigel's going to be right here, and he's going to rule on that. And, of course, Gary Hart's saying and it's going to go in his favor. And that's going to be interesting to see. So something that we'll be looking forward to all week. Here's Wahoo now with White down on the mat near the center of the ring. Looks like he has got the chin. He has the chin in the head now of White, as you get a good look at it with referee Stu Swartz right up over the action. White off of the ropes to the chop, and nobody can chop you any harder than Wahoo. Right now into the right hand as Rufus landed it right into the breadbasket. Height of the introduced White with a back toss hard down on the mat. Fans, in 2 weeks right here, Scott McGee will be back. He's the Florida champion, a young man with a great future. We understand that he has just really added muscle, added a lot of wrestling knowledge, speed, tremendous amount of ability, and that you really aren't going to know this young man when you see him. Scott McGee. He will be right here in 2 weeks. 1, 2, 3. On Bill White.
I feel good, baby. You know why I feel so great? I'm the Mid-Atlantic champion. Something I've been trying for a long time. You got a guy like Paul Jones, J.J. State Robin, Dory Funk Jr. They all want it, baby, but nobody gonna give him Rufus Jones, honey. Guarantee you that, but woo!
Okay, Rufus Jones, the Mid-Atlantic champ. Wahoo McDaniel. Chief.
Well, like I said, brother, there's plenty of competition here. I think the people saw us in action. They know I'm ready. I've been traveling quite a bit the last couple of days, and I didn't feel quite up to like I should feel. But you give me another couple of days of working out and getting back in shape, because I made some long trips in the last couple of weeks. Like I said, they got some competition here. Here they got Harley Race here tonight. They got Flair. That's got to be one of the greatest.
right.
You can go all over the world, couldn't find a better match than that. Rufus R. Jones, you got Slater. You got Orton. You got the Briscoes. You got Steamboat. Man, I'm telling you, I've been traveling all over the world. I've never seen any better group of wrestlers together. So I guarantee you, this is going to be a long, exciting year here.
Wahoo, the road's going to be rocky and the road's going to be tough.
It's always been rocky, Bob, and I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to be right in the middle of that road, going right down the middle.
All right, fans, now let's go to the ring and the introduction for our next match.
Ladies and gentlemen, this match is one fall for the World's Heavyweight Championship. First, the #1 challenger in the world for the championship from Charlotte, North Carolina, Nature Boy Ric Flair. And the champion, the World Heavyweight Champion from Kansas City, Harley Race, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
All right, fans, the bell, and here it is for the World's Championship. The champion, Harley Race, the challenger, Ric Flair. And it's Race back to the ropes. He headbutts Flair coming off of the ropes. He had his arms extended, and so did Flair. Flair thought he was going to get a clean break coming off of the ropes, and Race with a headbutt immediately floors him and has him on the mat. Well, Harley Race has tried it all. Another headbutt, and again down goes Flair. He put up $25,000 bounty. A number of men tried to collect that. No one succeeded, and here it is, right here on Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling, fans, the match. The match that would be the top draw anywhere in the country, right here on Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. Race now with a neck breaker. It's been all Harley Race, and he's got Ric Flair in trouble right here. He's getting with a headbutt. From a standing position, Race coming with a headbutt, and Flair just in the nick of time rolled right out from under him, and Race really popped the mat. Here comes the Nature Boy. This is for all the marbles, the World Heavyweight Championship. All of you fans are aware of the tremendous amount of bad blood between these two. Harley Race, the champ, Ric Flair, the challenger. Now it's Flair who goes back to get a little extra speed and height and leverage, and he comes with a knee right down across the head of Harley Race. Ric Flair, who wants that championship back. What a controversy it was when he lost the championship to Race. Count of two, he had him covered, he had that leg hook, and Race still manages to kick out at the count of two. He got Flair right in the nose and the eye. It was a thumb to the eye. Again now into the corner as Race stands him up in the corner, hard left hand. Then he reverses it, it's Race into the corner. Out he comes, with a backdrop. Again with a press, and again with a leg hook, and again at the count of two, out comes the champion. Now that front faces, they're both on the mat. Flair putting all the pressure he can on it. Race now with the arm out. Trying to work it, trying to keep it free, trying to keep the circulation going. As Flair's attempting now to turn him over to get those shoulders again to the mat. Flair has almost got him down. 1, 2, oh, so close. The referee had his hand raised for that third count. One, two again, and again Race gets up at the count of two. Again now, here's Flair trying to roll him over, trying to hold those shoulders to the mat. He's done it 4 or 5 times now. He's had him down for the count of two. He's been just that close. Just that close to winning back his championship. The bounty, Harley Race, right after he won that championship, said he would never that he would never wrestle Ric Flair again. That Flair would never have the chance. And here it is, right here, fans, on Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. And not only that, you got to think what kind of a champion it is that would put up a bounty, $25,000 bounty on the head of an opponent, which is what Race did to Flair. Suplex. Now it's Race. Again, Flair, just in the nick of time, got out from under that elbow, and Race really high to the air, hard down on the elbow. That's Race into the elbow as he comes hard off of the ropes. He had a full head of steam. Oh, and almost a third count again. Again, referee Stu Schwartz had that hand raised for the count of 3. Flair throws him out near the center of the ring. This time it's Race reaching out with that leg and getting that foot across the bottom rope. Boy, the challenger has been ever so close. At least 6 or 7 times now. He's been just within a count of 1 of reclaiming that World Heavyweight Championship. A championship match right here on television, fans. The champion Harley Race with Ric Flair, the challenger, now on the mat. And Race got that knee down right across the eye and the nose, and he has hurt the challenger. Flair holding that eye, holding that nose now, as Race is going to set him up for another knee drop.
Get it off the roll. 1, 2, 3. Back it up.
Again, the knee right down on the jaw and the chin. And you had a good, clear shot of that as Race had all of his power and all of his weight behind that knee. Ric Flair, the challenger, right now in a bad way, fans. He's taking some hard blows right on the jaw and on the chin. Trying to come back with a right to the midsection. Race may have him in a position for the pile driver right here. Here's Race trying to put the pile driver on Flair, and Flair going to toss him over the back. That took a tremendous amount of strength on the part of Ric Flair to raise up and to get Harley Race on his shoulders, over his back, and into the air. And they're both wobbling now as they have really taken the punishment. Flair with another hard right. That one right under the nose of Race. The world champion high to the air after that back toss. Here's Flair. He's got him in the stretch. This could be it right here. Race says no. There's the referee right in front of him asking him as the pressure being applied right here by Ric Flair. It's abdominal stretch that Flair has got on Race, which is really putting a tremendous pressure on all of his side muscles and his legs and his shoulders and his neck. Race hanging in, refusing to submit right here as Flair continues now to put all the pressure he can on that stretch. Race reaching down, got a foot, hip toss. He hip tossed him out of that stretch. Elbow smash. It looked like right there it could have been curtains for the champ. This time it's Race with a count of 2, and Flair just does kick out. He has caught a knee or a fist right into the throat. Clotheslines him. Flair over the ropes, clotheslined again into the throat now by Race. Now the knee drop and the smash again right to the side of the jaw. And this time it's Flair near the ropes. Flair got a foot as Race had done earlier in the match. Flair stuck that leg out, put that foot right across that bottom rope. All right, the champion now takes the challenger and slams him hard to the turnbuckle. Harley Race, the world champ, coming on strong now as Flair held the rope in the corner, and there goes Race. He went through the ropes, right under that ring post on that shoulder. And he hit it full force, fans. A tremendous blow taken right there by Race. He went through the ropes. onto the ring post. And he caught it right on his shoulder and his neck. Now Flair right to the attack again. Ric Flair right now looking like he smells World Championship. That was a heart blow. He had that arm raised and a hard right hand right onto the heart of Race. Another hard blow under the arm. Right full in the face goes the foot of Flair. 1, 2. Again, he had the champ down for the count of 2. Well, you can see and you can tell with this match just exactly why Harley Race had said that he would never give Ric Flair another shot at the championship. And when you watch the action and you see what's been going on in this match, fans, you can understand exactly why. Ric Flair, who says all along that it was a tremendous miscarriage of justice when he lost that championship belt. Now with the arm, putting the pressure on it as Race is face down on the mat. Flair now really applying the pressure. And Harley Race, who has refused to talk about it, he has wanted his money and his bounty to do the talking for him, and he would not come out. He would not be interviewed at the beginning of our program. And I hope all of you fans saw him when we took the camera into the dressing room again. He refused to even talk. Now Flair with the arm. Got him in a position where he's really got the pressure on the arm now. Continuing to apply the pressure is Ric Flair. Race now on one knee. They're near the ropes. That may be what Race is trying to do, is reach out for the ropes at this point. As Flair continues to put the pressure on the arm, he's going to be back to the corner. Race on his feet backs him to the corner, and this could be trouble. Flair trying to protect himself. Race comes at you so many different ways in the ropes of the corner. There's that headbutt again. That's the way he started about off, and here he comes again with a headbutt. Flair with the equalizer, the knee and the foot to the midsection. Down goes Race from that chop. Out of the corner, and here's the sleeper. Ric Flair with a sleeper now on Harley Race. As Race came out of the corner, he ran right into the sleeper. This may be World Championship right here, fans. Race now pushing and hitting at the referee. He's trying to get out of it any and every way he can. Down on a knee. He is just about out. Flair, with gritting his teeth, he's trying so hard to put the pressure on that sleeper. And Race has got the fingers in the eyes and the nose. Ripping and clawing at the nose and the eyes of Flair. Race any way he could, wanted out of that sleeper. He didn't care how, he just wanted out. The eyes and the nose, that was the only escape he saw, fans, and he took it. He saw that championship right there, really eluding him. He knew it was going to go to Ric Flair. Race couldn't have stood that sleeper much longer. Both men on the mat. Both almost exhausted at this point. They are really taking a punishment from each other. Tremendous chop from Flair, and Race face down on the mat again. Now here goes Ric Flair on the ropes as Race comes after him. Flair on the top, thrown out in the center of the ring now by Race, who got him high to the air. And Flair must have been about 8 feet high in the air when he hit that mat. Hard he came down on that back. He was going to go for the figure four, and that could have been it right there. The headbutt now, and Race has headbutted him, fans. It was all over right there with the figure four. Race with the face and into the eyes, then with a headbutt. And Flair now being put onto the shoulders by Race. The running slam, and fans, I tell you, we've never seen anything like that. Oh, and Flair kicks out. Harley Race, it looked like, deliberately butted Flair. And never have we seen that happen before. Headbutt now by Race as Flair is flat on the mat. Ric Flair, who was just that close with that figure four, it would have all been over at that point. Now here's Race, who reaches down. Gonna help Flair to his feet. Through the ropes goes Ric Flair. Through the ropes, over the apron, down onto the floor, and here comes Race right after him now. And he's gonna power drive him on the concrete. And again, Flair lifts him up and throws him over the back. Hard down on the concrete, throws the champ. And referee Stu Schwartz is starting to count on both of them as they're both out of the ring. Race was going to power drive Flair on the concrete. Here's Ric Flair now back into the ring. There's Harley Race still down on the concrete. Flair in the ring, now on his feet, being backed away as the referee now starts the count again on Race. And Flair's going to help him in the ring. He wants the world's champ, and he wants him bad. He's going to bring him in over the ropes with a suplex. As he's got Race now high to the air. Down goes Harley Race. Ric Flair with a suplex. Boy, he held him right at that point for ever so long. Tremendous power behind that suplex and the elbow smash. And again, he's going to go. Now, Race about out for the figure four. And Race pushes him into the corner. Race got a foot right into the back and shoved him hard to the corner. Fans, this match is just what you expect with a world championship on the line. When you've got a champion with the ability of Harley Race and a challenger with the ability of Ric Flair. So much ability that the champion has said he would never wrestle him again. He's having to do it right here on Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. Another suplex. They're both down again on the mat. Referee Stu Schwartz with a count of 5. Here's Flair on his knees, on his feet, and referee Stu Schwartz says go. He was going to go with the elbow smash and Race rolled away, and Flair saw it. He was able to stop it with a leg hook again, only a count of 1. Good quick thinking on the part of Ric Flair with an elbow drop. Now he's got him in a position again. Let's see if Flair's going to be able to sequence him again. And you saw the crowd here in the arena really loving this match. Again, a count of 2, and again, Harley Race kicks out. Boy, Ric Flair has had him a dozen times, just within the count of 1. Now again, trying to turn Race over. Putting the pressure on the legs. Trying to roll him over, and now he's got him. Flair's got him right where he wanted him. Again, Race showing you the determination, fans. Refusing here to submit. He can really take the punishment, and down goes Flair. Well, that took some strength in the legs of Harley Race. You can't take it away from the champ. He's a man, and a tremendous man. Again, the headbutt with Flair through the ropes. That headbutt has been Harley Race's most effective weapon during the entire match. And again, he headbutts Race, who is still on the apron.
Come on, get it in here. Race. Get in it. Come on, 1, 2, 3.
Out of the ring now, down onto the floor. Here's Flair out. They're both now outside of the ring. Race with a hard left hand has got Flair down on the concrete floor. He started back into the ring. When he thought better of it, he's going to headbutt him. And again, Flair laid out. And that's a concrete floor. Let me remind you, that was a concrete floor. He was going to headbutt Flair, and Flair just rolled right out of the way of it and raced right on his head on the concrete. Boy, a normal man would be out for a week after that. As Race from that standing position was going to headbutt Flair again, and here he is, wobbly as he is now, getting to his feet. And Flair, at this point, really feeling it. Race now again, wobbly around the ring. Flair is going to go help him again through the ropes. Hanging there in the air is Race, the world champion. Into the ring he comes. Just like a seesaw. Here's the challenger, Ric Flair now. And he's got him in the crowd. Loves it. Look at that right hand. Peppering Race. That struck now from Flair. You can tell right now, again, that headbutt. And again, it looked like a low one from Race.
Where it came from.
Left hand now as Flair again was in the corner. There's Flair. Oh, he went over the rope. Over the top rope, and he comes down the ropes, over the ropes, over the top rope, right into a hard left hand now from Race. Flair, who went flying into the corner. Here's Race now up on the ropes. Three times now in the match. Race has tried that. 3 times. Flair has managed to get out of the way. Here he goes now with a figure 4. Let's see if he can finally get him up there, and he does. Here comes Dick Slater. Well, that would have been world champ right there with that figure 4. Dick Slater comes in. Of course, it was Slater who wanted that bounty, the $25,000. And here's Race now, being lifted high in the air right down across the beam. Now he's got that figure 4. And he's got it locked in. World Championship right here. It's got to be Ric Flair now. Orton off of the ropes onto Flair, and look at Orton. Bob Orton Jr. and Slater now kicking and stomping away at Flair. Unbelievable. And here's Orton now, who's got Flair up. He's got a pile driving. Slater's going to help him as a double team. What is Orton doing in there this way? They continue now to work over into Maul Flair. Here's Flair being held by Orton, kicked and slugged by Slater. The fans, we've been wrestling for many, many years. Never have we seen anything like this. Bob Orton Jr., who came charging into the ring. I'm certain when Ric Flair saw him that Ric said, here's a friendly face. Never, never. And here goes Orton. And the public comes charging into the ring. There goes Race out. Here comes Roddy Piper in now, down over Ric Flair. Trying to protect him, trying to cover him. Wahoo McDaniel now in. And Flair, who was really submarined right there by Dick Slater, Bob Orton Jr., and Harley Race, he wanted out of there any way he could get out of there, and Race was delighted to get out in every way he could. There's Ric Flair still out. What's right here is they had him up, fans, both of them, had him into the air. Driver. It was Orton and it was Slater who had him into the air. Hard down he goes as they were going to pound hard down to the mat. What a way for the championship match to end. Well, I tell you, whenever you got a match and you got a match like that, a world championship match, when you've got Ric Flair anything can happen. But of course, Harley Race, who was so determined that he was going to keep that championship, which he had won back in what we know to be probably the most controversial decision ever as far as a World Heavyweight Championship match pertains. Well, Race was the champ. And of course, Ric Flair wanted that shot at him in any way he could. Race put up the $25,000 bounty, and not only that, but Harley Race saying that he would never wrestle Ric Flair again anywhere. Well, of course, that proved not to happen because you saw it right here on Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. So fans, when you got guys around like Harley Race, the champ, and challengers like Ric Flair, you can expect any and everything to happen. And what an exciting match that was. 1 point. If it had not been for Roddy Piper and it had not been for Wahoo McDaniel, who charged into the ring right there to help Ric Flair, well, Dick Slater and Bob Orton Jr. just might have collected on that $25,000 bounty because they very definitely might have put Ric Flair out. One other point, and this really befuddles me at this point. Why did Bob Orton Jr. come charging into the ring? Orton, who supposedly was a friend, and I am just as sure as I can be that when Ric Flair looked up and he saw Bob Orton there, he thought, man, here is a friendly face. He's going to keep Dick Slater off my back, and right now I'm going to win me a World Heavyweight Championship. Well, as you saw, it definitely did not turn out that way as Orton came off of the ropes, and that had to shock Ric Flair. He had to be in shock after that, as we were, and I know all of you fans were. But you have to remember this. $25,000 speaks, and it speaks very, very loud to some people. And evidently, that's exactly what happened there with Bob Orton. Well, what a match, fans, and we're delighted that we were able to bring you that match right here on Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling. Now, let me remind you, in future weeks, right here, you're going to be seeing such outstanding stars as Andre the Giant. Andre the Giant will be back. He'll be right here, so we hope that you'll be watching for him. Also, next week, the brother of Jay Youngblood, and this is Mark Youngblood, and we understand that he is something that you really want to see. We'll have him for you right here next week. And that's it right here at ringside. All right, fans, and right here you see several wrestlers and some of the people at ringside here loading Ric Flair onto a stretcher. Roddy Piper's in the ring, Wahoo McDaniel's in the ring, as Ric Flair now is being carried out of the ring on this stretcher after being attacked right here by Dick Slater, by Bob Orton Jr., and of course by Harley Race. And this is a replay, fans, of what happened just a few moments ago at the end of that match when Flair was attacked and he had to be carried out of the ring and out of the arena on that stretcher. And there you see Bob Orton. That's Bob Orton Jr.
That is the worst thing I've ever seen in wrestling today. Harley Race, I can't believe he did it.
I don't care what you think,
I have
Crockett.
never seen anything like
I don't
this in
care
my
what
life.
you think, Crockett. It's done. Take
Bob
a look.
Orton,
It's
you will
done.
never, ever wrestle in Mid-Atlantic Wrestling again.
Thank you.
The Harley Race,
Thank you.
you're the worst excuse for a champion I've ever seen.
Take a look at the cash. Take a look at the cash.
All right, Jim Crockett right there, fans, in the dressing room telling them that that was the worst thing that he had ever seen and had ever seen happen in professional wrestling, and that Bob Orton Jr. would never wrestle again in the Mid-Atlantic area, and that Harley Race was the poorest excuse for a world champion that he had ever seen. Race was so happy and so ecstatic, and you saw the $25,000 there. It looked like he was splitting it up between Bob Orton Jr. and also splitting it up with Dick Slater. Just what's going to happen with that, I don't have any idea. I know they were both elated. Bob Orton, though, Bob Orton Jr., and I tell you, promoter Jim Crockett really upset about that. And fans, you heard him as he told Orton, never again now will you wrestle on Mid-Atlantic Championship Wrestling or in the Mid-Atlantic area. And as to Harley Race, I don't know what will happen with that, but I'll guarantee you this is one thing that you aren't going to, this is definitely not the last you're going to hear about this. And right here, Jay Youngblood.
I can't
Rick
believe
Steamboat.
what has just taken place, reviewing it on the monitor. I just can't believe it. Bob Orton coming in the ring right there, collecting the $25,000 bounty. I couldn't believe it. This man's just come off injury list. Now you know exactly what happened to Ric Flair. A double team on a spike, a pile driver. Man, I just can't believe it. You saw the reaction out there. You saw Ric Flair. He's in an unconscious
That's
state.
right. Had to be carried out of the ring on that stretcher.
And then after they pile drive him, Harley Race, what did they do? They take him and wrench his neck. His neck, it looked like it was is hooked up to a rubber band or something.
And this, fellas, I tell you, we just got a camera into the dressing room a moment ago, and there was Race putting that money around to Orton, and also
Payoff, right?
the
The
payoff
payoff.
to Orton and to Dick Slater.
Bounty, dirt money. That's what I call it, dirt money.
That's right, Bob. I'll tell you what, it has happened to me 2 times. And I'll tell you what, someone needs to go to the commission, the NWA, and seize this stuff. It is happening all over the United States, and now it's happened to the former world's champion, Ric Flair, for a measly $25,000 on this man's head, and it has been collected.
All right, and Roddy Piper right here. Roddy, if it hadn't been for you getting up there, I don't know, he might have been injured even worse than he was.
I tell you, you want to talk about low-down scum? You can say whatever you want to, man. I saw the guy standing here with the little fella's boy not 2 weeks ago. I hope you enjoy your $25,000 because you're nothing but scum, mister. And I'll tell you something. You want to come and jump on somebody, brother. You want to get in someone. Don't you dare go to the next 7-Eleven. Don't you go down the roads, Orton. All you want to do is sit there, take your $25,000 and lay it down on your bed, brother, because that's the only place you're going to be able to appreciate it is on your bed because you stick your stinking head outside any place. Proud of you, you son of a gun.
Fans, we'll see you next week. And until then, so long for now.